keep recording for a second because that's something you said, Dre. I know I'm gonna edit it out, but I might use this as a bonus because, boy, ah! First and foremost, dog, that was stupid. Like, because I'm gonna edit this. Obviously, I'm gonna have to edit this. But real talk, no lie, Dre. You talking about you saying something when you were a kid and then seeing it happen? People don't realize words create worlds. If you keep saying that something is going to happen and people start buying into something that you said was going to happen, it will literally happen. People are gardens. People are spaces where you can water. Like, just as much as that positive thing that you were saying that you were a kid, the same thing is happening on the other side for people if they're hearing people talk trash to them or say crazy stuff to them. Like, the same exact thing is happening. So if we don't understand the significance of that and the power of that, like, talk to me a little bit about that more, because that, bro, like, seeing it come to pass is a powerful thing.
And people don't. I'm gonna go biblical, then I'm gonna go practical. First, I mean, God spoke everything into existence. What does that say about the tongue? What does that say about, but I get it. Everybody's not spiritual, because I can go about in the beginning was the word, but everybody's not there. And so if we just break it down, it comes back to this, like, if I'm just I'll be very simple. If I want to be an actor, but I never speak it, I never say anything, how does anybody around me ever connect me with any actors? How does anybody around me ever send me a video about acting, encourage me, invite me to an acting gig? How?
Yes.
So that in itself is it. If you don't speak it, if you don't say it, how can it come into fruition? But if you do speak it, if you speak life into it and you're positive about it, then guess what? You're going to attract that energy. You're going to attract those people that are going to point you in the right direction. And so, man, that's it. I don't have to say anything else. Like, that is it.
Yes. And I'm saying yes, not just because what you're saying is true in your own life. You've seen it. I've seen it happen in mine. Bro, like, people that know me. And I kind of talk about it more now as an adult. But, like, I was saying when I was 9, 10, 11, 12 years old that someday I want to be governor of my home state. Like, I was saying as a kid. Like, I wasn't, just joking about, like, I remember writing something in 9th grade, I think, about being governor of Mississippi. Like, that was like, oh, and I have seen, if I look back at my life, I can literally see moments where from 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, up until now, where I have been around politics. I know people in politics. I have relationships with politics. Like, haven't moved back home yet. Hadn't even decided to run yet. Hadn't figured out what the whole plan is going to be. It seems like, and you probably have experienced this, it seems like and it's definitely God. It's a providence in that. There seems like there is an attraction of a type of individual that seems like that they recognize there's something in you and they're invested into it, and it's pushing you to the place where you want to go.
Yep.
Bro, like, all right, when you win your Oscar, remember me. But at the same time, though, when people look up, and my teacher in 9th grade remembers me writing that I want to be governor of Mississippi, they're not going to be shocked. Because that was something that I was saying, even though I'm not really in politics or doing anything political at this point right now, it doesn't mean that no matter when it happens. And you said something earlier you said something in an episode that really stuck with me. People get so mixed up and messed up with trying to, thinking if it happens a certain way, it's supposed to happen that way. And if it doesn't happen this way, it's not going to happen. That's not how life works.
Yeah.
Bro, like, I can tell you a prime example for me. So I'll be 28 this year. Dog, like, in my head, my plan, my mindset was, I'm gonna go to a school in Mississippi for undergrad. I'll go to law school in another state, like everybody does. Go to law school in another state, get the connections, maybe pledge. This is the plan I had in my head, how it's gonna play out. And then I was an attorney by now, making some connections, maybe do some different kind of law. Like that was the plan I had, and none of that happened. I end up in undergrad went to a community college for 2 years because the school that I wanted to go to, I ended up not going to, coming to Oklahoma, going to a school I never heard of. Going there for 2 years, right? Going there for 2 years, and then dealing with the fact that I transferred, and then fighting with them for 2 or 3 years, trying to get 2 classes done, and literally having emotional and mental turmoil, saying to myself, like, bro, like I'm investing a lot of money and a lot of time into finishing a degree that I should have been done. My homies got 2 masters by now. They 27 with 2 masters. They got JDs. They're out here being attorneys and doing whatever, and I'm like tripping. And I had to realize that, like, wait, hold up. The struggle that I'm experiencing, that's relatable. The thing that I'm experiencing right now with 2 or 3 years ago, having to work 2 or 3 jobs, that's relatable in politics. Because they won't be able to play me. I can say to them, somebody says, well, you don't know what I've been through. Well, fam, I know what it's like to work 2 or 3 jobs. I know what it's like to live paycheck to paycheck. I know what it's like to have a desire to do one thing, but for some systemic issue or, a structure that's in place that's like blocking me from my movement. Maybe it's race involved. Maybe it's all these other things that are involved that's helping me. But I know what that's like because I'm experiencing it. That's different from saying, oh, well, this issue is very terrible. And I've been making 6 figures since I was 25. You know what I mean? That's a different experience, but I think people don't recognize that, like you said, this thing is not linear. It is going to do this. Your story is going to go so many spaces. But like I said, Dre, you got to remember me when you win your Oscar. Just thank us little people. When you win an NAACP award and British a British Film Award, a SAG, just remember us small people that were supporting MotivationalDre when he was at this point in his career. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember it. but yeah, man, like I think that's, oh my God, that's so good. But that's what people have to realize, that it is about you trying, about you going for it, about you investing in yourself, about you actually believing that it is possible for you to win.
It is.
But we think that, it has to be a certain way, but it is it. Thank you for watching and or listening to this week's episode of Leading with Lee. If you have not done it yet, subscribe today on YouTube and all podcasting platforms. To get more information about me and what I'm doing, email me at scottconsultations@gmail.com or follow me on social media on Twitter and especially Instagram at Lee A. Scott II or Lee A. Scott II. Thank you for watching this week's episode. I really appreciate it. Much love, and let's get started.